Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President of Hexagon Geosystems, Jürgen Dold.
Thank you. I see still people coming in. I would like to welcome you this morning to the opening session of Hexagon Geosystems here at Hexagon 2012. We have that in two parts. It's Ken Moyman and myself who will give you some presentations over the next minutes. For the welcome, I would like to start with the welcome in Las Vegas. And now I want to see whether you want to listen to me and want to interact with me. Can I ask those who were here last time to raise their hands? Welcome back. Can I see those who were the first time here, are the first time here? Welcome to the first time. And what you see with this is that we have a tremendous growth over last year. We have 70% more attendees this year than we had last year, and that's absolutely exciting. Thank you for coming. It's great to have you here. What is also very interesting is that 50% of those are from abroad, which means outside of the US. So we are a truly international conference. You can network around the world by going to Las Vegas. It's absolutely stunning. Let me go into the presentation. And what you have seen already multiple times, and I would like to repeat this also here, is this connection between the reality and the digital world. Hopefully you were able to fold this piece of paper in presentation from Ola. But it's all about making the digital world real. And what does it mean to Geosystems? It means for Geosystems is we're creating sensors and solutions to capture the world, and then basically transform those data into CAD systems or GIS systems to start designing and determining change, right? And when then the design is done, this design goes out because now we have to build as it was designed. And then it goes back to the measurement systems which help you to build it where it should be built. And as we said, as faster we get that circle, as more as we get efficient in turning these data around into the GIS and backwards, as more efficient are we for the end users who are using our systems and help to change and manage the infrastructure on our planet. What I brought to you is an overview in what kind of application segments we are working. Geosystems is in a wide range of segments doing business. It's mining, agriculture, mapping, asset collection, surveying, building construction, engineering, infrastructure, interior finishing, and inspection, monitoring, control, and surveying plant. And what I would like to do in my presentation, give you a bit an overview where we have brought out innovations that increase efficiency in these different segments. If I would show all releases which we have done the last 12 months, that would be 50 probably. It would take every year, we have roughly 40 to 50 new releases of products. So I have selected per segment the one or the other. Let's start with mining and agriculture. As you may remember, we are making mines more efficient and safer. Safer, I talked this morning about that. I will not repeat this. But we're making more efficient with fleet management systems. We have GNSS systems on these trucks and helping to operate this. But what is very exciting is a project which we have now started, is going towards autonomous mining equipment. And for those who were used in their childhood to work with remote cars, now it's real dozers which you have remote control. So it's very exciting. Maybe you don't tell your son, otherwise he's not excited about the Christmas present anymore. But this is something where I think it's going in to make these machines autonomous. It's a way to go, but that's where we invest right now. It's a very exciting project. We also are automating in agriculture with a new Mojo Mini, which does it straight and more consistent. So these are the applications in these both areas. In the mapping, I would like to start with a short overview to show you what we have. So this was the second free flight today, now in a much smaller airplane. And the sound, it's really like the sound we have in this airplane, so it's a reality. What I would like to mention here and speak some notes about this, with the integration between Intergraph, or the acquisition of Intergraph into Hexagon, we merged two businesses where ZI Imaging has the roots back 80 years to Zeiss and became ZI at Intergraph. On the other side, we have 80 years of photogrammetry coming from Wild in Heerbrugg, now Leica Heerbrugg. And we merged these teams together over the last 12 to 24 months. And I have to say, this group, which is managing it now, does a wonderful job because the products survive. Because one of the questions I always got is, when will you dump the Leica ADS? Or when will you dump the ZI Imaging DMC? And we didn't do this because in the past we have competed for the same money, for the same budget with the customers, but not necessarily for the same applications. Of course, there's always a bit overlap. But if you really look on it, we can now offer the right solution for what you need and not sell you what we have. And we have these two airborne cameras on the large format, one with frame, one with push from. We have the LiDAR and a medium format camera. And very new to where we now fly the first systems, that we are going into these oblique images which we need to create digital cities, where we see out of the air the sides of the facades. And this will be the first installation where we have there with matrix cameras, high resolution, to make these processes more efficient and more accurate. We have also the new X-Pro version where you turn these images into 3D models, which I also spoke this morning about that. Let's go to the next one, asset collection management. We have a variety of products where you basically take these units and map on the street certain details like road signs and so forth. And here we have just now released in the last couple of days the C05, which measures now also on the trees. You know, it works with GPS, so GPS wants to have a free sky, but these units get reception there and also create a reception, so it's good for forestry applications and so forth. Another application area where we are in is all around surveying, building and construction, engineering and infrastructure. And I'm very proud to say that over the weekend, just in time for Hexagon 2012, we have launched a new product. As you probably can feel, there's a lot of pride behind this. We're building since 90 years total stations in Switzerland. And that is the newest product in the mid-range. It's the new Leica FlexLine Plus. It's a multi-purpose surveying instrument, comes with onboard software and software for general surveying applications. But we take this technology which we have for specific applications where other demands are required. And that is for construction. Look at this one. This is Icon. It's a family of new products where we basically customize our technology which we have for construction purposes. So what we do is that we create a software for offline and online processing which is dedicated to construction and runs all the equipment like a robot total station and a normal total station, GPS and so forth. So that's easy to learn for people who are maybe not an educated surveyor, who just want to have it on a construction site to make certain construction. And we're not doing this only for these products, we're working also to apply to the machine control. So everything which is on the site will be steered through one package which is Icon, including the software and the hardware. Good. Coming to the last one which I want is interior and finishing. Look on what we brought here. So this is bringing precision for everyone. So we take our technology and make it as simple with a couple of button press, you get accurate distances. And also those systems can interface to software where we get it into the processes. Now, these are the innovations which we have done over the last couple of months, which I brought to you, but also what you heard today in some of the presentation, we are working together with Intergraph on monitoring and control and surveying and plant. With Intergraph, SG and I, we're working towards dynamic GIS. This is a picture of Ancona in Italy, where we have equipped on a hillside lots of houses with GNSS sensors, and the information is fed into the GeoMedia product from Intergraph and displays there in real time kind of what changes happened. It's an area which is endangered to landslide. So it's kind of connecting our hardware with our GeoMOS software from Leica Geosystems to be displayed and visualized and communicated through the Intergraph software. Very exciting project. The other one is with Power and Plant, where we together move towards dynamic plant management. Here, I found it also very exciting that we have now announced just recently, and also some products here, is that we interface our hardware through the point cloud software into Smart Plant 3D. This will change the way people work in plants. It is interesting because when 10 years ago Syra was acquired by Leica Geosystems, the owner those time had the vision we go into this. But sometimes changing a process takes time, changing the process how people do it. But together with Intergraph, floating this information into their workflow, we will be successful. So it's really great what to see that the synergies that create solution, making the digital world real, is something where we are working on it. And I would like now to hand over to Ken Moyman. Would you please come up? I would like to hand over to Ken Moyman. Ken Moyman is the president of Hexagon Geosystems in NAFTA. And he and his team have worked over the last 12 months on several projects which are very exciting. So with this, Ken, it's your stage. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jürgen. Well, a warm welcome to you all today. And Ola, you're right, it is very warm, but it's a dry heat. So let's go on. We have so much to talk about this morning. For instance, I could tell you how our Geosystem solutions are helping to convert arid desert lands into fertile fields to help feed the growing world's population. Or I could tell you how about our security, law enforcement, and police officers are using Geosystems to help make our streets safer by successfully convicting criminals. Or I could tell you how our airborne imaging solutions are providing near real-time mapping to help save lives and property during natural disasters. But you've guessed it, I won't. What I am here to talk to you about is how Hexagon solutions are empowering you, our customers, to reach higher by thinking forward. So how are we doing this thinking forward? Well, we do it in many ways. But most important and most exciting is by identifying core competencies across the entire depth of the Hexagon organization in order to maximize stronger solutions for you, our customers. From this collaboration comes the development of integrated solutions that optimize our workflows, from the real world to the collection of real-world data, as we see in this cloud of points of the MGM Grand, to models of the real world, and finally, to the creation of actionable intelligence, resulting in a smarter approach to the planning and execution of projects. Most importantly, by providing you, our customers, with the best measuring, design, and planning tools available, we empower your ingenuity and creativity to positively change our collective future. And that, folks, is what we call the Hexagon Geosystems advantage. To you, our customers, it simply means being better equipped to do the real heavy lifting. And this year, we're no longer just talking about what could be. We're doing, or rather, you're doing. And you're doing it today, right now. And that's what makes being here so exciting. I get to share with you a small sample of the actual challenges our customers are faced with every day and how they're solved. Each project is different in scope, complexity, and size, but they're all connected through the Hexagon Geosystems advantage. Let's take a look. The Mexican oil company Pemex wanted to improve the efficiency of one of their offshore platforms by installing new desalination systems. Existing systems needed to be decommissioned and dismantled to make room for the new systems. So in technical terms, they needed to take out the old stuff so they could put in the new stuff. Not an easy task anywhere, let alone on a complex structure 50 miles offshore. To do this, they needed a complete and accurate representation of the facility. So they contracted Mexican Petroleum Institute, or IMP, to do the project. Using Leica scanners, IMP scanned the platform and then used Intergraph PDS and Leica CloudWorks software to create an accurate as-built model. The integration of Leica CloudWorks working within Intergraph PDS allowed IMP and Pemex to easily view the congested area for demolition and to collaborate on the development of the construction plans. The original estimate to complete the project was 12 months. By employing the Hexagon Geosystems advantage, IMP completed the project in just 5.5 months, saving thousands of man-hours. IMP was able to cut their timeline by 50%, saving Pemex millions off the overall project. Very impressive results. So looking, thinking, moving forward on these types of projects, soon all ocean-going vessels, floating production platforms, storage and offloading facilities will also utilize these combined synergies for retrofits and vessel modifications. In Edmonton, Canada's largest, most northern city, where the summers are short, the Saskatchewan River is painfully cold, and the residents really value their parks. In fact, they have the largest expanse of urban parkland in all of North America. So maintaining them is important. The City Parks Department had been sending city workers out to collect information to support the ongoing maintenance of the park's assets. The workflow to collect, analyze, share, and report the information was very slow and inefficient. Now, that's one thing for one park's worth of information. It's a whole other thing when you're gathering information on 460 parks or 34 square miles. That's a lot of restrooms, playground structures, basketball hoops. It's a lot of trees. It's definitely lots of assets to keep track of and maintain. So we worked with the city to build a better solution, resulting in a seamless integration between a Leica GIS CS25 receiver sensor and Intergraph's GeoMedia software running on the sensor. This greatly streamlined the workflow and also gave the users relevant data that they needed both in the field and in the office. It turned this workflow into this. So what began as a pilot project in this city with a short summer and a cold river can be used globally to improve the maintenance of our parklands. It's easy to see how the Hexagon Geosystems advantage helps public agencies to address the things that matter, like maintaining parks and open spaces as opposed to subsidizing inefficient workflows. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, another example of the Hexagon Geosystems at work in the Gulf of Mexico. The company is Fenstermaker, and their story is about how a small regional survey company became one of the largest surveying and mapping companies in the southern US. A real Cinderella story. They used the Hexagon Geosystems advantage to go after new markets, to diversify, and advance their business offerings. Here's how. After working on many projects to support the rebuilding after Hurricane Katrina, they realized that their measurement competencies, the experiences that they gained, could be used in the offshore oil and gas industry, providing them new markets to service. This is a great strategy anytime, let alone in a contracting market. Their surveyors also recognized and acted on the use of Intergraph CADWorks software to model the data they captured and therefore advancing their workflow. In doing this, Fenstermaker surveyors saw a deformation on the main deck structural steel. They showed this to their client, who was able to take corrective measures before the project started. These unforeseen deformations would have presented serious delays and cost overruns, but thanks to Fenstermaker, they were addressed. It's a real differentiator. Let's read a quote from Ryan, the chief surveyor at Fenstermaker. I'm going to give you a moment. Basically put, he's saying that synergies between the Hexagon tools allowed them to do projects that they could not do before. To do projects they couldn't do before. I mean, that's fantastic. So innovators like Ryan, for us, are the embodiment of the theme of this conference, Think Forward. He capitalized on new opportunities by leveraging the Hexagon Geosystems advantage. We're always amazed and excited by the ingenuity of our customers. So we're just scratching the surface in regards to how these synergies are opening up new applications and markets for you, our customers. Like Fenstermaker, these new applications will continue to grow. Our final project example. The international group Mustang Engineering was contracted to help with a very major $500 million expansion of a natural gas processing plant. The plant is located in a remote part of North Dakota and was built back in the 1950s and can no longer keep up with the demand. So to address this problem, Mustang engineers had to create an accurate and precise, intelligent 3D model of the complex as-built conditions so engineers could design the expansive upgrades. Mustang started by capturing as-built reality with their Leica scanner. They then used the TrueView software to share and collaborate on the demolition drawings, thus saving the need for on-site physical walkdowns, addressing one of Mustang's most important goals of having 0 safety incidents. Another driver was to provide extremely accurate and precise 3D models while being cost-effective. Using Intergraph CAD Works, as it significantly reduced their per-seat implementation cost, helped. When finished, this mega project will consist of over 700 scans and 10,000 isometric drawings. So thinking moving forward on these types of projects. This upgrade will increase gas production in North Dakota by approximately 35%. This plant alone will increase production from 120 million cubic feet per day to 250 million cubic feet per day. It's a great example of Mustang addressing the triple bottom line: achieving project profitability, achieving sustainability by getting the most from the 60-year-old plant, and addressing society's need for new energy. Because of the great work you're doing right now, we were able to share how our integrated solutions are enabling decision makers worldwide to see the unknown sooner, more clearly, and like never before. But there's more to say about synergy. It's not just one of those topical buzzwords for us. It comes in so many different shapes and sizes. It's collaborating and using our combined experiences across the entire Hexagon organization. As an example, at a Leica Geosystems training class on CloudWorks, 80% of the attendees were from the PP&M track. It's the input of good data and the output of stunning, intelligent 3D models that make a difference. It's changing the way we do business. As an example, we are combining the GIS solutions from Leica and Intergraph for one-stop shopping and support via the new e-commerce site called Hexagon Online Marketplace. It's the integration of new systems to create new solutions. As an example, another group in the Hexagon family called Microsurvey is working with surveyors, police, and public safety officers to integrate their workflows into the sensors used in the field. With the latest release of evidence recorder software, police officers can now focus on their job to collect evidence as opposed to how to use a surveying instrument. On the other hand, surveyors using Microsurvey CAD solutions can now work directly in CAD to process their field data. These new integrated solutions that streamline workflows are the first of the Hexagon Geosystem advantages since the acquisition of Microsurvey earlier this year. These new Microsurvey solutions and more are being announced at the conference this week. Another example is the acquisition by Hexagon Metrology, another member of the Hexagon family, of the software company called Technodigit. As a side benefit, we saw that the Technodigit software called 3D Reshaper could also help Leica customers. So Leica Geosystems integrated the 3D Reshaper's meshing tool into Leica's Cyclone software Topo 2, to quickly create stunning and precise meshed surfaces from the point cloud. New software groups like TechnoDigit and Microsurvey are creating application-based software to get the most from the hardware, the software, and local workflows, all to help our customers expand their markets. These were just a few other examples of the Hexagon Geosystems advantage. As you can see, the synergies do come in many different shapes and sizes. But look, our customers all have different backgrounds. In the audience today, we have engineers, police officers, contractors, architects, surveyors, GIS specialists, researchers, to name a few. And our jobs and priorities all differ. But what we can all share is an agreement that real progress is about improving. It's about making a difference, about moving forward. It's about using the Hexagon Geosystems advantage to make a real relevant impact. Henry Ford said it well. Coming together is a beginning, working together is staying together is progress, and working together is success. This quote, especially the last part, working together is success, captures what we mean when we talk about synergy. Simply put, synergy is another way to explain the Hexagon Geosystems advantage. So thank you. I'm going to pass it back to Jürgen. I wish you all the best and hope you enjoy the rest of your stay with us at Hexagon 2012.
Excellent. Excellent. Looking forward to what you do in the next 12 months for the presentation next year. What I would like to do now here in the end is that we're working together in the group, but we're working together with you. You as our customers, we appreciate that, and we appreciate that so many were coming. We have now we have in the Geosystems track where we are in, we have had 20 trainings, were quite heavily visited there, and we have 100 presentations in this. And they are in 3 sub-tracks. The first sub-track is about trends. It's about landslide monitoring, the use of 3D images to capture as-built conditions, multiple sensors to create 3D models, and so forth. The trends track is the first one. Then we have the geospatial track, where we obviously talk about the new products, mapping of power lines, mapping in extreme terrain from the Himalaya to the Swiss, probably very interesting also, emergency responses, and so forth. The third, and as historically, also the largest one, is our HDS track. We have a lot of forensics in it, and what I like here at this conference is always relatively safe. We have so many police officers here. So there's a lot of tracks about that one, but there's extreme scanning, HDS in Antarctica, those who make that presentation. When you once need somebody to help out, you know, I would volunteer to come with you. So there's a lot of presentations in that track as well. What I would like to do, and this at the end of this presentation, I would like to thank you for preparing, because I know 100 presentations had to be prepared. I know you spent a lot of time also to think how you share know-how, because it's company know-how which you are sharing with other companies. And that makes it so valuable, because we can exchange, right? What you give to the others, you get something back. That's great. And you have invested time, money to come here and join us here at the conference. So I like to thank you for coming, and I'm very impressed. I think we have more people here than we have chairs. I apologize for that. I think we could fix that next year if we have earlier registrations, then we know how many are coming. Because the registration rate went up in the last weeks, like tremendously. We didn't expect that. So thank you for coming, and let's think forward at Hexagon 2012. Thank you very much.